Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this session with Shreyansh Upadhyay. Shreyansh Upadhyay has been my longtime friend. We have done schooling from the same school. We have been childhood friends. We have known each other for the last 30 years or so. And right after doing his engineering from HBTI, he did his MBA from XLRI Jamshedpur. He has not changed a bit in his personality for the last 30 years, I must say. He looks as young as he used to look 10 years back, I must say. Shreyansh Upadhyay has always been a brilliant person when it comes down to academics. Wonderfully, he has always performed brilliantly well in academics, gone to the top schools in the country. And today he shall be talking a lot about his corporate journey so far, what motivated him to get into corporate, how has been his life right after MBA. We'll talk about some fun facts, some serious issues regarding corporate world. And I welcome Shreyansh on behalf of FundaMakers. Shreyansh, welcome to this session.
Hi, thanks everyone. Yeah, and thanks to the audience, and thanks Surya a lot for giving this opportunity for having a open chat with you to share my experience and also to talk to the students through your institute. Great. Yeah, thanks for this opportunity.
So I must say that a lot of students who are watching this session really get us, motivated people like you who have done so well in corporate after MBA. You have gone to XLRI. XLRI is the dream B school for a lot of people in this country. The most sought after B school in the country. If we talk about the top 5 in the country, XLRI will definitely hold its position. So tell us something about your journey till date, Shreyansh.
Great. Yeah. So as you said, right, we are from the same batch, right? So that accounts to almost more than 10 years of work, professional work experience. And yeah, it's a fairly long journey. So to quickly summarize it in a bit, we shared the same school, right, from that hometown of Balia, and we graduated, or we passed out that school in 2004 or so on, right? Then got into HBTI Kanpur, right, for my engineering. Passed out from engineering, right, and then got into Nokia, right. That was my first company I started to work with in technology domain.
Nokia, Siemens, right?
Nokia Solutions and Networks, as known as, and now it's known as Nokia Solutions. It was earlier known as Nokia Siemens, correct?
Correct.
So yeah, and that was in Muzaffarpur. Then a place in Bihar, right? I mean, some of your students would be knowing it, and I hope you also knowing it.
Right.
So yeah,
very close to our home district. Very close to our home district. Yeah.
Correct, and that's one reason why I was posted here. There. And then I got into XLRI, cracked into XLRI through that. Got into XLRI Jamshedpur, right? Started my MBA there. Postgraduated in operations and finance as my majors, and then got into consulting. Now into consulting, and pretty much over last 6-7 years into management consulting domain. So far, so good. The experience has been phenomenal, career-wise and personal, both. And the rest is, yeah, I mean, having good friends like you is also a growth itself, right?
No, so we have. The best part is from our batch, we have some goddamn very successful people. You being one of them. We have I think all our batchmates are doing tremendously well, isn't it? Like they are all doing good in their own way. I mean,
correct, yeah.
And we are fortunate that we belong to a team or a batch. Everyone else is so respectful about each other's job and the kind of achievements that batch had. I mean, we individually are very proud of each other. Yeah.
Exactly. So exactly as you said. Yeah. I mean, when I also think of or still when we go back and connect to our schoolmates, I find that everybody is excelling in his own area, right? I mean, in his own domain, or let's say wherever he is, be it medical, be it technology, be it management, be it his own business, right? Everybody is doing great. Yeah. And to a large extent, I think we owe this to our school, right?
Absolutely.
The school being, I'm not shy to say that school is one of the best schools in Balia, right? I mean, the best school of Balia, right? So
I think in Eastern UP, if we talk about Holy Cross School from Balia, I mean, I think in my life, 90% of my learnings in life has been from that school. and I am what that school made me. After that, graduation and post-graduation has just added to what I actually had from my school days. So you went to Muzaffarnagar, right? Muzaffarpur.
Muzaffarpur. Yeah.
Muzaffarpur. And that I can imagine 10 years back how that place would have been. No internet. The electricity was shady out there. I mean, I know the condition of that particular area and districts, right? So the only thing we get in Muzaffarpur is lychees and goddamn lychees.
Correct. Yeah.
Right. So electricity has got a very shady, sense of business there. And so you were working with, this particular company, Nokia Solutions. How did you manage to prepare for CAT or B school entrance examinations, and how did you carve a place for yourself in XLRI, especially when there was no internet? I mean, internet was very shaky in that particular area in those days, if I remember well. And how did you prepare? How did you get the resources, the books? I mean, still, whenever we talk about people coming from sleepy cities, they usually want to get into the top, nearby cities, like tier A cities, get into good coaching institutes, or join some online program. After COVID, we have seen a huge surge in online programs. In those days, we never had these things. How did you prepare to get to those resources? How did you prepare for those things?
Yeah, it is an interesting journey, right? And I also, when I look back, I see it was tough, but when the going gets tough, the tougher or the tough one gets going, right? So it says.
Correct.
So it was not that bad as well. I mean, power was pretty much 22 hours there, and I was lucky to be part of that Nokia team, where I had a lot of freedom, I should say, and we had offices which were air conditioned, right, and brilliant network connectivity. So you don't have any challenge of network over there.
Right? Okay. Yeah. So basically, because of your Nokia job, you were able to find those resources.
Correct. So I owe it partially. My career also owes some credit to my experience in Nokia, right? Because it gave me that platform of internet, good high fidelity network connection to go for test series and all. Yeah. But on a serious note, I would tell you, right? I mean, so where it all started actually. So this started somewhere in the final years of my engineering in Kanpur, right? So there I joined one of the coaching institutes, a pretty famous one, right? So we went for this classroom programs. Unfortunately, that year couldn't clear that CAT exam or that exam, right? So then I joined this place, but I had that first year base of preparation already done, right? So and that also had given me quite a good kickstart in the domain of preparation. Correct. When I joined Nokia, I moved to this Muzaffarpur place. The only thing I was lacking, or to keep myself in the rhythm, was test series. And when we talk of online courses or let's say remote courses these days, see, it's not new. It was already there as well at that point of time. I remember I joined in test series at point of time. It was being the best test series. And I prepared on my own, right? The subject was done my own, preparation was done on my own, to keep myself in real check, or to gauge where I am, or test the waters, I should say. I went for this test series program. Now, there was a typical challenge there. Test series and test that year was also happening on paper, because in that particular point of time, we were transitioning from offline mode to online.
2009.
Correct. 2011, 9, 10, 11, correct. I think 11 was the year, first year, where online thing was happening. That year when I got into this MBA.
Okay.
I guess 2011 was the first year when online test became the practice.
No, 2009 2009 was the first year when online thing was started. Yeah, from offline to online shift happened.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so the test series are also evolving at that particular point of time. They were partially on paper, partially off paper, and then that was online, that was on paper, right? CAT was online. So there were many exams. So don't put all your eggs in the same basket, right? You try for everything.
And so serious changes were happening in paper patterns as well. I mean,
correct. Yeah. So I remember I was traveling all the way from Muzaffarpur to Patna at center to give these paper exams, right? And even for this online exams, they made it mandatory that you have to be at a center. Then only you are giving it in a governed environment. right?
Proctored, I'd call it.
Proctored environment, correct? Yeah, they call it, correct. So I had to take a bus from Muzaffarpur, and it took me 2 hours to go to test center in Patna. So Sunday was a vacation for me, right? It was an outing for me from Muzaffarpur. For this reason, I went there, gave that test. In the evening, visit with friends, right, who were there, positioned or based out of Patna itself. Spend the evening there with them, and then come back in the night. So Monday onwards, again that Monday to Saturday work starts.
Right.
Yeah, so that's how this Muzaffarpur thing happened, and then got into XLRI. That got cleared, got into XLRI Jamshedpur. Right? And then work-wise, I got into Jodhpur, right? My first workplace was Jodhpur, right? So I jokingly say to my company people as well, my colleagues as well, see, my career has something associated with Pur as it, right? Kanpur, Muzaffarpur, Jamshedpur, Jodhpur, right? So next possible will be Singapore, possibly.
Right.
Yeah. So that's a joke that we do within my company, within my organization, work colleagues.
Right.
Yeah. So this is much more about myself and how I, managed that particular phase in my life when I was into
your house is in Jagdishpur.
Jagdish. Oh my God. Yeah. So good one, right? So Jagdishpur to Kanpur to Muzaffar, the chain gets growing.
The poor thing is not leaving you.
The poor thing is not leaving you. True. Thanks for pointing it out. Yeah. Yeah. So this is how this thing happened. So I mean, with this, I would like to emphasize more on the importance of test series. I'll want to touch it somewhere in this entire conversation that we have today. But test series, is a reality check for you, right? I mean, it's something that gives you that real flavor of being in that 2-hour session and performing, right? So everything prepared, but test series are mandatory.
Yeah, it's like test series is like the king of CAT preparation. I mean, you cannot, if you are not writing tests, you are actually not preparing. That's
correct. Yeah.